Hello and welcome to the Priggya Arora show, where we discuss law, innovation, and entrepreneurship with people who have been there and done that. My name is Priggya Arora, founder of PA Legal, an intellectual property law firm in India. And our guest for today is Pavel Kopylov. He is into innovation strategy and legal consulting, and he's also an educator. So we'll have different point of views today. Welcome, Pavel, on the show.
Hi, Priggya. Nice to meet you.
Yeah, nice to meet you too. And we generally start with your life story and how did you become the person you are today?
We'll try to keep it short. I was a lawyer. So first I started my career as a lawyer in my home country in Belarus, where I worked for a number of years. Then I moved to Sweden, where I live now, and I've got a master's degree in industrial engineering. You see, like from lawyer being industrial engineer, it's a different path. And after that, I worked for the university with the courses, programs related to innovation and entrepreneurship. Then joined intellectual property advisory company where I helped startups like larger corporations or like small startups or inventors from university with their IP strategy. And now I work for a European organization and I work with education and training.
Wow. So Pavel, I know this is not a normal law firm job where you work as an education and training. So can you tell us a little bit about what you exactly deal in with your day-to-day life?
Yeah, it's not like normal career path for like lawyer, and I would say that I'm kind of on a journey still, trying to figure out. But I like the privilege of this is that you can see the innovation from very different perspectives. So
Correct.
one thing you see the inventor and help with the strategy, and yeah, it could be inventor in the company who has like financial muscles behind him, or like I've met inventors like doing crazy things in their garage, but
Wow.
their inventions are not that properly technically advanced. It doesn't need like 10 years of research and development, but still they are very close to market, and you
Wow.
need to help them. So due to this, and also being the educator, because like from my perspective, working with IP, it's very much about communication and explain, because IP is very complex, of course, and you learn to how to explain like very complicated things in plain terms so people would understand you.
Yeah. So probably that's why we chose a topic of NFT today because we want people to understand NFT in simple terms.
Well, exactly. Yeah.
So
It's
Pavel, let's start with NFTs and I think let's start from the basics. First is what are NFTs, and then when an NFT is created, what kind of IP rights do they have in them?
yeah. Okay. So yeah, just NFT. I'm just was doing some research. Yeah, to start with.
Yeah.
So because it feels like a very interesting topic, and apparently NFT has a very significant economic value. People are willing
Yeah.
to buy them, sell them, transact with them. So NFT, in a nutshell, so is data. It's a non-fungible token. So it's representation of data recorded on the blockchain, and it confirms something. It confirmed that you created like some work of art or movie or whatever. So it's just a record. And IP, so yeah, so basically like in NFT, it's not directly IP, but IP comes because it's often concerned that NFT contain the ownership of some file, or which includes copyrighted image, sound, video, whatever. So something that is related to IP. So in a nutshell, NFT is kind of because when I was looking into NFT first, so I've learned about copyright case, and it was the hip hop band called Wu-Tang Clan who made a record of the album, and they only produced one copy,
Yeah.
which yeah, and it was sold for 2 million. Yeah, and if you buy this copy, so what can you do as an owner? So you can put it on your house, you can play it for your friends, relatives, and bragging. Yes, you can show that I own this copy. So but you can't perform it on the live shows, on the concert, because you don't have a copyrights, you don't have a license
Correct.
to perform. And the same thing is with NFT. Yes, you own this digital, in this case, it will be digital copy. Yes, so you own this digital copy, but NFT does not automatically include copyrights or permission from the copyright owner to use this work commercially.
Yeah. So that's interesting. So if I have a digital copy, probably I can brag about it, but I cannot, as in copyright law, we say we cannot make a copy of it, transfer it, or make it into a different language, say adaptation. Those rights I would not have. I'll just have a right to own that digital copy. Am I right?
Yeah, exactly. So we take it as a starting point.
Yeah.
Then, of course, so depending on the creator of NFT, so different rights can be included or cannot be included. So you need to have an additional layer there. You need a license, and then
Correct.
in license it need to exactly say what you're allowed to do with this NFT. Use it on ads, on metaverse, different kind of permissions. But as a starting point, NFT does not include license. So if you buy an NFT and you don't see the license there, so you don't have a license, so you
Correct.
can exploit it commercially.
Absolutely. And it's a very interesting world where we live in. So, probably if I take a photograph of something, then I am the owner of copyright because I am the first author of the work. In general, it is considered as the person who is clicking the photograph. But if NFT is generated of that copy and given to somebody else, that person can own it, but IP will still remain with me because I was the creator of that thing.
Yes, as a creator, you can decide whether you want to give a license
Correct.
as a package of NFT or you don't want. And if you also can consider that, okay, if you give a license, you can charge higher value for this NFT
Yes.
because it includes the license. If not, so yeah, so it's the person who buys it have limited ability. But on the other hand, there is very sorry, with pricing also interesting because you may do some JPEG image and think it's not interesting, and you sell it with the IP rights, for example, and then suddenly because NFTs they are traded on like stock market, so there is a market for NFTs. And the value can rise just because of the market factor that people are willing to buy to charge higher prices. So, and if you have given away your IP rights, if you have given the license, you may be limited in what you can do with this. You can take the part of this value.
Correct. So, Pavel, I think with NFT, like on one side, we have this boom. Okay, let's buy NFTs, let's trade NFTs. Like we said, just like the stock market. On other side, there are a lot of potential infringement issues which could be involved. So, for example, if somebody's original copyrighted work gets converted into an NFT by a third party or by some other person, would that be treated as a copyright infringement? Will there be any fair use involved in that, or it would be a strict copyright infringement?
Well, here it's like because if you compare like physical property, intellectual property, NFT, if
Correct.
someone steals your car, you go to police.
Yeah.
If someone infringes on your patent or like copyright for like printed work, you also can go to the government officials, you go to court and to police eventually, yeah, depending on the infringement. If someone steals your NFT, or if you have an NFT and someone means the same work on NFT, yeah, there is no police in metaverse in a way as of now. So we are relying on the private platforms that trade NFTs.
Yeah.
So you can do like in OpenSea, for example, you can do a claim that it's your original work, and they can block the user who has infringing NFT.
Correct.
You can also do an TCMA, yes, MA claim, just take it away. But still, the party who is infringer, so to start with, you don't know who it is. So you
Correct.
only see the nickname, and it can be related to a company, to several people, to like very clever penguins, someone in South Africa who just created an account. So it's really hard for the governmental officials, for the police, to find exactly who is an infringer. So you claim the rights, but it's more difficult to enforce them to get the compensation.
Perfect. I agree with you totally that like we have the law in place that that person is liable for copyright infringement, but holding someone to account would be very difficult because of the technology involved in it.
Yeah, exactly. And like technology, if someone makes a pirated copy, pirated NFT and sells it on a high price, it's smart contract, so you can get it back. So because
Correct.
like smart contract, they executed code. So and they're not really smart, but but it's kind of they got the value upfront, the infringer, and you can get it back.
So, Pavel, as we stumbled upon the term smart contract, I think it would be very better for the audience to just tell us something about what smart contracts are and how they interact with NFT, the exchange of NFTs.
Well, the smart contract is it's a code. Yeah. So if computer A does one thing, computer B does different thing. So the code is executed and it's recorded on the blockchain.
Wow.
Simple as that. So I said, like in real contract, like lawyers, so we can say that yeah, this contract is concluded, but the terms should be amended afterwards, or when you end up in court, you may say that some terms should have been interpreted in other ways, but there is no discussion with the computer. So what's done is done on the code. Yes. So an NFT are sold
Through
based on
smart
this.
contract.
Through smart contracts, exactly. Like I was thinking from NFT creators, like for artists, it's a way to commercialize on like their brand or their
Yeah.
creativity and get paid upfront. So it's not
Yeah.
like you put something on Spotify and you get like collected like small chunks of payments there. So with NFT, you can get it upfront. So yeah.
Absolutely. I think on one side it is doing amazing job by helping creators grow their monetary value, but on the other side, because the data protection is currently not in place and it has a lot of issue in terms of catching someone for the ownership of data being used, it is a legal tussle on that side.
Yeah, it's true, but it's kind of reality, and it feels like law is somewhat behind like
Yeah.
technology. So and people are buying NFT, investing in NFT, and trading them, and yeah, there are legal implications, of course. And you can get scammed, you can the NFT can be stolen, but yeah, kind of who cares? Yeah. But we'll see because now it seems like with metaverse coming, like big brands like Coca-Cola or like Nvidia want to be in metaverse, so they want to meet their customers in those like digital environment, and there they can use NFTs and trade with them. So probably, yeah, as time goes by, as we are like getting more into metaverse, so there will be some court cases, there will be some fighting about NFT rights, and we'll see what happens.
Absolutely. Pavel, as we just discussed that there would be some court cases in order to avoid those cases. For example, somebody wants to enter into the sale of or purchase of an NFT. What are the robust licensing practice they should consider while getting into an NFT transaction?
Well, if you buy, so you need to like see the NFT and if there is some license.
Mm.
So at least if there is no license again, so you don't have rights for copyright or designs or trademarks within this NFT. But you, and of course it's your decision. You need just to understand what are implications for me using this NFT. And or it could be implications for the buyers of whom I want to resell to afterwards. So it's like basically like check the documents, what's included and what's not. And the platforms, they are like private companies driving the platforms for NFT sales. And they have policies, of course, in place that you should not
Correct.
put pirated NFTs, etc. Um, I also think it's important to trade on the platform that you trust and you know has some track record at least. But
Yeah.
anyway, for them it will be also difficult to enforce the rights, but still, so you have more
Pavel,
security.
should we agree that this is a risky space? It's not, it cannot be a transparent space, and the space as a whole is a bit risky because legally enforcement is very difficult.
Yeah, like from legal perspective, I think it's kind of nightmare, yes, to be in this. But what I've noticed, like for example, like from brand perspective, the brands who want to be in NFT, so they do like you do with the product. So you have a pen with your logo on, and you have some design. So like you have different layers of protection for IP. So like if you buy NFT from Coca-Cola, for example, and then you use it commercially in metaverse or wherever in the game, so you may be doing also not only copyright infringement but also trademark infringement.
Correct.
But yeah, then as a brand, you need to register this brand in respective classes as well. So
Yeah, absolutely. And I think with trademark and copyright, there is another IP which is design patents, because that also we get for 2D and 3D shapes. So I think apart from copyright and trademark, there could be some scenarios where design patents can also be considered. What is your opinion on this?
it's hard for me to say because, like, to start with, design patterns are, my understanding is very different in different jurisdictions. Like, for in Europe, they call design rights. In
Correct.
US and China, it's design patents. So there could be different regulations. Yeah, and they protect the like the how the product object
Looks. Yeah.
looks like. Yeah, so it could be an option as much as like trademark, but
Yeah.
depending on jurisdiction. But how you then define the jurisdiction for digital world, like for metaverse, it's also unclear to me.
I know, because in cases like this, IP is jurisdiction specific. So we need to see whether servers were located in that space, or a use was established. Is the website or the metaverse accessible in my jurisdiction? A lot of it comes where we need to establish jurisdiction and under which code this case will go. So I think those are the also the concerns that we'll have to look on.
Yeah, well, thank you. It's good comment. Yeah,
Yeah. So Pavel, now we'll come to you again and your life. I'll ask you three questions very quickly.
yeah.
What are three things in life you're grateful for?
I'm grateful for my family, of course, for the place I'm living, Sweden, and for the opportunities I have. Yeah.
Wow.
Uh,
Two traits that you think are useful for an innovator.
some people are good at generating ideas. Some people are good in implementing ideas. Some are very technical, and like there are marketing people who end up being inventors on biomedical patent applications that I've seen. So I think interdisciplinarily, like
Yeah.
innovation and innovators need interdisciplinarity, like to be able to look from different fields. And also, like I see, like in engineering companies, like maybe it's also in Sweden, you tend to recruit people which have similar background or that have similar training, come from the same university, and then you end up having like clones of each other, like in the organization. So I believe like for innovation, you need to expand to.
Yeah. And one aspiration you have for the future?
For the future is just continue sharing the knowledge, experience, properly inspiring people, or like give people ideas where they can develop and.
Wow. You see, you are doing great work by educating people, and that is helping them grow better. And I should mention your blog, which is on the topic of legal and innovation and strategy together. I think people who are not following Pavel's blog should go and follow that blog so that we add to your aspiration and more people are able to read your thoughts.
Oh, thank you. It sounds very good. And also, people can reach me out on LinkedIn because
Yeah,
I'm most often there.
perfect. So, Pavel, any final thoughts before we conclude this podcast?
Well, thank you. It's nice talking to you. It's nice talking about NFTs, and I hope we probably will meet again and discuss like cases or just what happened in this area or other areas.
Definitely, definitely. Thank you so much, Pavel, for your time.
Thank you. Bye.
Hey there, thank you for attending today's session. If you enjoyed the session, do follow our channel and consider sharing it with a friend. My name is Priggya Arora, daughter of inspiring parents, alumna of IIT Kharagpur, engineer turned lawyer and entrepreneur, and now founder of PA Legal, where we help creators and innovators protect their intellectual property. Thank you.